idea, bad idea? Would you have given the token to anyone else, DrDz?
No, Puppet Master's their sole hard carry. Revion Slither's been looking to go towards a more carryish role, but that'd be a semi-carry role, whereas Puppet's their hard carry. So, of course, they're going to give it to the hard carry.
And you think this will definitely increase his effectiveness in the upcoming fight, simply because he has that extra life, so to speak?
Yeah, big time. Like, he didn't get his shrunken head off in the last team fight because of the Devour Hook and Witchslayer stun. So even if he gets quote-unquote insta-give like that again, he will be able to res and use his shrunken head.
Well, no shrunken head in use there for Hellbringers, because he doesn't have one, but a silver bullet to the face with that Witchslayer. He has to be feeling pretty happy about that. The legendary streak now ended. That was not Jessica Alba's first death, although that kind of sounds strange when you say it like that. But so she is down now, but a legendary streak, that's a good gold boost here to Wahlin, and they need all the gold they can get. They're down 2,400 experience, 500-ish gold. It's going up and down depending on these creeps, but they're definitely in the back seat of this game. I mean, they got the towers against them by a factor of only one tower. There's only one tower difference. When did that happen? But they also have, the kills, the deaths, experience, and the levels against them as well. So, I mean, is this Nighthound showing any kind of signs of being able to bring this back for us, Asway?
Well, he does have his Nullifier Blade. I'm not sure when he got that, but he used it once already. He does have a Mighty Blade now, so it looks like he's going to go the Shrunken Head, which is really going to be helpful for him in team fights. I think, again, if he can get, the farm and just keep going at it, he's going to be able to change the pace of the game and be able to out-carry the Puppet Master.
Well,
but it's a matter of him being alone and free farming. And, his team doing a 4v5 and not still allowing the, Nighthound, farm.
Well, I mean, we talked about the magical damage and all the snares and stuns for the Legion, but now with a Shrunken Head on the Legion against Hellborn, as we just take a quick look down south, does not look like anything will happen there. I mean, there is a lot of magic damage stacked on the Hellborn team. Is there anything on the Hellborn team that will go through a Shrunken Head? Maybe the stun from Malphus, but is there anything that could actually do that, DrDz?
Just the stun from Malphus, like you said, and of course all their auto attack damage. We'll go right through the Shrunken Head. But overall, it'll be a really good pickup, because right now, without it, unless he purges Slither's spray off of himself, or Glacius' his Tundra Blast, he's just gonna get kited around, even if he lives long enough.
Well, even with the Ice Imprisonment or the Glacial Blast, you can still pounce to close that distance. But yeah, past that, it's 5-6 seconds of just running around snared and hindered. We do have a lot of Hellborn down south, although it looks like they're going to be splitting up again. Neither team really so far showing a lot of daring and going for a tactical strike, so to speak, as they are kind of just really passive. So with that in mind, I mean, how well is this Nighthound farming here, Asway? I mean, he's in a little trouble actually right now, but he looks like he's going to be saved by that Devour. Looks like he also purged himself just there. I'm not too sure what he purged off, because I don't think it actually did. Now, does purge actually purge all of it, or does it only purge one, Asway?
I'm not 100% sure.
DrDz?
Purges all the debuffs off.
So
every so
okay.
Life Void, Hellbringer's Dot, Toxicity from Slither, Poison Spray, the Toxin Ward Slow, everything just can get purged off instantly with one purge.
That's a pretty powerful advantage to have, especially for a Nighthound without that Shrunken Head yet. But as both teams now have separated, how well is this Nighthound farming? Like, he's up to 121 creep kills, but still gold per minute still a little low. What do you think, Asway?
I think he's doing the best he can with what he's given. He's doing quite well. He has died 3 times though, which isn't that good. I think he's doing well. Once he gets rolling, he should be able to farm quite a bit.
Okay. Well, he does also have less kills than assists. Now, I mean, he is supposed to be a carry, not a support, so he needs to start landing a few more kills. That should bring up his gold at a pretty decent rate. Now, the top gold per minute of the game is 318 from that Puppet Master. I mean, it's not a super exponentially awesome farm, but it's still doing him pretty well. What's he done with it? I mean, he does have that Shrunken Head. He has another orb. He's also picked up a Firebrand. So, I mean, he's not an agility, or is he an agility? No, he's not an agility hero. He's an int carry, I believe, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So he's not going to go for that typical agility build of the Frostbrand, or sorry, the Frostwolf Skull and the Geometer's Bane, is he?
He's probably going to go Geometer's Bane, and the attack speed is really good. He relies on his auto attacks quite a bit, so having the illusions and that attack speed with him is really going to help him in team fights.
Now illusions, they propagate with the Whiplash, is that correct, DrDz?
I believe so. I haven't actually played Puppet Master in a while, but I'm fairly certain it does. And overall, it's just a really good item on Puppet Master because, back in the day, you used to see Harkons on him all the time, but it's not really as good anymore because you can't stack Harkons and Lifesteal together.
Yeah, a little bit of a nerf in there, but it was a very strong combo, you have to admit.
Oh yeah, that's why he was considered the best carry several months ago.
Well, it does look like, I mean, we want this tower, we're just chipping it down at this point. Looks like Geometer's Bane just finished up on the Puppet Master. Look at those pretty little illusions that he has going. But this tower is still standing, they're just chipping away at it at this point. Does not look like they just want to jump in there. So do you think this is going to be up to Devourer to make the first move here, Asway, just like we saw last time?
I think it's going to be up to Devour or Bubbles, but Magnus does have his portal key now. So Hellborn does have quite a bit of initiation now with the portal key and the Hellbringer Malthus.
Do you think that's turned the tables enough for the more superior initiation on the Hellborn team?
I don't think so. They have the better counter initiation just because the Malthus is so good at stopping everything, you know, in its tracks. But I still think Legion has the better initiation.
Well, speaking of initiation, looking at Bubbles, he's going to be slowing down Revy just enough on that Slither. Going to leave him the kill for this Nighthound, no problem there. 275, nice crit, and the Bound Eye is now lost on that Hellborn team. That's going to put them back a little bit, and now the experience in the gold, you know, is starting to normalize back to the balanced state, but that's eyes are, what, about 750 gold, so that's at least another 750 they have to spend for that eye. It is 750, I believe. Asway?
Sorry, I was looking at Nighthound's farm. He actually almost has his Shrunken Head. He's very, very close to it. So if he can get that before the next team fight, WAHL could win the team fight.
If they win the team fight, can they steamroll right up to the barracks here in the mid?
They could probably kill this tower now, and maybe kill the tower but not the barracks. In the base.
No, they actually might get their wish finding that Puppet Master. Of course, he does have his Aegis, and now look at all that damage. Out comes the Malphus and the Portal Key Magmus. That's a lot of AoE right there. The Devourer going to be going down. I'm not too sure if this Witch Slayer is going to be able to get out. My suspicion is no. Bubbles is going to try his best to get out of the sticky situation as well, but Magmus might go down here thanks to Bubbles. But even the disjoint there from his Steam Bath not going to work, and now the take cover with the Bubbles not going to be able to get a Portal Key out of that. Just too slow on the timing, and now that did not work out for Wahlin at all. Yes, they used the Aegis here on the Puppet Master, but it just was not enough. This is going to be big for Druidz because they're going straight for this top tower with this creep wave. So I don't know. I mean, they had great initiation there, DrDz, but they just didn't win it. So what was the deciding factor after they killed the Puppet Master?
It seems like Druidz just simply baited the Aegis on Puppet Master to set Magmus up for a good ultimate. As you saw, he used his ult, then Lava Surge 3 heroes, and they all got brought to a sliver of a life just from his combo. And they were able to follow it up and get a bunch of kills. Even though he did get caught and died in the end, he had an amazing ultimate there, which won them the fight.
I'd actually have to agree with DrDz because Kongor is actually back up, so they most likely did bait the Puppet Master to get, you know, the Legion team all clumped up and get a really good ultimate off on Magnus.
So we probably had about in order of 30 seconds or so left on that Kongor tablet. Does not look like they're going to be able to finish it in time without at least a little bit of harassment here, as they're going to find this Voodoo Jester who's probably bait himself. But we got a double damage Puppet Master, and that's a lot of damage. It looks like they're going to put it to good use. Slither coming out with his ultimate, and now out comes the Geometer's Bane. The hook I think saved Voodoo Jester, but it's actually not going to be saving Voodoo Jester, as we do see that Nighthound go down. Did we get another eye? We do have another eye on Revy with that Slither, so now they're just going to go right back to this Kongor. 5 on 3. This could be very devastating for Wahlin. As what do you think the next move out of this will be for Druidz? Go straight to a lane or go straight to a farm, DrDz?
They just used Slither ult. It's got 90 seconds on cooldown. Malphus is still down, but they do have 40 seconds until Nighthound reses, so they might try to get bottom tower. Although I think it's a good chance that they might just back off and continue farming instead of risking it now.
Well, you say that, but Magmus just demolished the creep wave, and they just finished off that one as well. That's a lot of free pushing power from here. It looks like we even got the battery going on for the toxin wards, although now they're a little bit more spread out. So I do think they really want to try to do this before Nighthound's up, but as you said, I mean, 9, 8, 7 seconds left. It's going to be a very tight fit, or maybe they just don't care. I mean, they've taken out this Nighthound repeatedly. He's only 3, 4, 5. I don't actually think he's increased kills ever since we talked about him last. And this tower, I mean, there's no homecoming stones for it. Everyone's still back at base. Wahlin definitely on a very defensive mindset right now. So now that we're going to be backing off, Druidz off to do a little bit more farming. With Wahlin kind of stuck in their base, I almost want to make a joke here, with Wahlin walled into their base. Oh. I mean, they're very defensive. What can they do really to turn it on them, or is this just too much of a lost cause at this point, Asway?
I think they still could come back, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Nighthound does have a shrunken head. I'm not sure if he had it last team fight, but they need to spread out and not get initiated on like they have been the last 2 team fights. I think it's the reason why they're winning. Like, Bubbles can't get any abilities off, neither can Devour, and that's just hurting them so much.
Well, also talking about the hurt Puppet Master, he does have another Aegis, so he's not too worried here. But now just twisting all the tables here onto this Devourer. Look at those images just deal all this damage, especially on a very tanky hero such as that Devourer. I mean, he has his own shrunken head now as well. Mouth is coming out, however, and Bubbles is going to be in a lot of trouble, although he did take a very little damage. Although he was frozen, it looked like he had the take cover turned on. You just didn't see it through the animation. Now with a 5v4, we have 3 mid. No, we have everybody mid. Those are just illusions out there in the background. So this could be a very big push. Melee barracks in trouble. Range barracks in trouble. And I don't know. Is this the end of it, DrDz? Is this the end?
No, Bubbles just bought back, which is gonna deter it, and never mind.
Never mind. Okay, well, the Hellbringer going down. Look at that Devourer. He's nice and big, especially with that shrunken head. Out comes the ultimate from Voodoo Jester, but it's just not going to be in range for enough people. And now as well, Slither finally going down. Well, okay, 3 deaths, so not his first, but it does look like a nice kill for that Nighthound to pick up. No sprees to end, but at this point, they'll take anything they can, so a lot of damage negated there. Well done there on the Wahlin part, as they have now kind of a nice 40 to 50 second time frame to recollect and regroup. Maybe they're going to come up top to push. Maybe they're going to sort of push the mid. We got no Raxes down, so it's 50-50 on all the creep waves. But with this little lull, I mean, we just saw Devour with a big shrunken head. Do we have any other of those kind of big pickups here on the Legion side here, Asway?
It doesn't look like it. Yeah, nothing really too big. It looks like, though, Puppet Master might be going Hellflower, which would be a really good item to stop the shrunken head from either Nighthound or Devourer.
So the Hellflower will prevent the shrunken head from activating. That could definitely be a lot of damage. Probably, I'm just trying to think what's better, the shrunken head on the Nighthound or the Devourer. If you put on the Devourer, he can't ultimate you, but if you put on the Nighthound, you can't pounce away. I don't know. What would you put it on here, DrDz?
Well, it all depends on who they're going to be able to catch. They do have a gem, but Nighthound's still sneaking around on the outskirts a little bit. He's not always with the team, so they might be able to just catch Devour a little bit easier and kill him. Or then again,